Okay, this being the week before Christmas, I decided to tell a sort of Christmas story. It's part of my long, long journey from being Christian to returning to Judaism. If you've ever embarked on such a wrenching transition in your identity, be it in faith, sexuality, politics, or marital status, you may identify with this. Some background. I grew up attending a Southern Baptist church in South Texas, and I became fervent in my adolescent beliefs. While I'm 100% Jewish, my religious upbringing was left to our Baptist landlady after my parents' divorce. In high school, however, I reverted bit by bit to Judaism. Once I moved to Brooklyn after college, I threw myself into the movable feast of Jewish life, exploring synagogues, Yiddish classes, and singles events. I couldn't get enough of it. Everything was new. The chalk of Jewish learning was coloring in the blank slate of my inexperience. But I still struggled with my identity. What you learn and accept as a kid stays with you. Walking away from that is a long, hard road. So much of Judaism seemed foreign to me. While I had left Baptist beliefs and practices, that small-town religious culture was part of me. I couldn't really talk about it. Instead, I felt intense shame over something that had really just been thrust upon me. As William Faulkner wrote in his story, Requiem for a Nun, the past is never dead. It's not even past. This sense of the past struck me at Christmas 1981, 40 years ago. I was living on Amity Street in Cobble Hill. I met a woman I liked, Beth, who lived nearby on Warren Street. She was Jewish and from Long Island. She invited me to join a group of friends going caroling in Carroll Gardens. I hesitated, although I knew the words to all of the songs they'd be doing. Against my gut instinct, I reluctantly agreed and joined her. After a song or two, my anxiety was mounting. The singing brought back memories of those church days on the border. By the third stop on our tour, probably to sing something like "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear," I told Beth, "I'm sorry, I can't handle this, I have to go." I turned and walked away. Beth, of course, was baffled. I called her to explain. To her, the songs were just that, expressions of a festive feeling. For me, however, they had intense connotations of faith and belonging. I couldn't view them in a secular way, not even Frosty the Snowman. She understood, and to this day, we're still friends. Later, the same emotional storm blew up again. A girlfriend and I saw Robert Duvall's 1983 movie, Tender Mercies. Duvall plays an alcoholic country western singer who becomes a Christian and turns his life around. In a pivotal scene, Duvall is baptized the full Baptist immersion treatment. People in the Upper West Side Theater laughed. This shocked me because baptism is serious business. I knew because I did it too, back in that other world. I cried later at the sense of rejection of my roots. I knew I needed to get some things off my chest. I soon had a heart-to-heart talk with the rabbi of the synagogue I attended in Brooklyn. I talked to rabbis before, but never in total honesty. For the first time, I laid out the whole long story. I didn't know what I expected to happen, a bolt of lightning striking me down right there in Cobble Hill. His response? He said, "It's okay. I had nothing to feel ashamed about." From that moment on, I could look ahead with confidence. But I could also look back and accept who I'd been and say, as I did to friends in Texas, "I've changed. That's just not what I believe now." And I can look back on the Baptist culture with a degree of affection and understanding. The past, even if it's painful, does have its value. And so while I'm not going to sing Frosty the Snowman to you, I am willing to do Hava Nagila. Maybe. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. I'm just looking at the chat. Yeah, no, everyone's responding in great ways. What was it? Liz says, interestingly, and I'd love to know more about this.
Yeah.
Liz says that a lot of the songs were written by Jews.
Some of the things like White Christmas, those are like the more secular holiday songs, but We Three Kings of, the real religious ones, I really doubt were written by Jews. So, yeah, I know Irving Berlin and others did it, but that's a little different.
Gotcha.
niche.
Gotcha. But thank you for sharing your story, and it's great that you came to this sort of acceptance and resolution by the end.
Yeah, took a while.
Yeah. And also, my sister can't stand Frosty the Snowman either because she used to work with small children, and they like it all the way into February. So anyway, thank you. Okay, let me stop my timer because you're
Here,
finished.
do I need to